The following is a Michigan Sesquicentennial Year presentation.
Well, I tell you, for as far as winter hats go, this one might look kind of funny, but for ice fishermen, it's the nuts. This is a sheepskin Arctic fisherman's hat. Tuck these flaps in like a scarf. Oh, I'll tell you, keeps you nice and warm. And that's what we've needed this weekend. It's the first weekend of Tip Up Town, USA. 50,000 people showed up. We have a carnival going here that's out of sight. The fishing out on the lake, well, it started off a little slow, but it's getting better and better. A foot of ice out there. That's why we can park our vehicles out here. We're catching fish, and I'm going to take you fishing at Tip Up Town, so stay tuned. I'm Fred Trost. It's Thursday night, time for Michigan Outdoors. Well, what would an average decent day be for you?
Probably a limit. I would say we put in our time too. My buddies and I, and we fish in the morning and we fish in the evening. So we put in our hours to get, our catch of fish. But if we fish in morning and we fish in the evening, it's not uncommon for us to cast our limit of combined pike and walleye. Though we don't really keep that many pike. We fish mostly for walleye.
Jack Jury, one of those lucky Houghton Lake residents who gets to fish Houghton Lake just about as much as he wants, has some favorite techniques for fishing minnows on tip-ups.
Fred, basically I'm using a smaller hook here on this tip-up because I'm hoping to catch some walleye, and a walleye has a tendency of shying away from a larger hook. And I always take and I clip one of the trebles off the hook, because if that fish gets the hook in its mouth, it's less likely to feel that hook. So I'm clipping one so that we only have two hooks on the treble.
Is this your favorite size minnow? Or?
I would say yes. I use a medium-sized minnow because a medium-sized minnow is, in my estimation, is better for a walleye. I don't use them too big. These are referred to as grays, I believe. And just hook it behind the fin, just not real deep, so that you get good movement on the minnow. And then I usually set the tip up so that you're probably about a foot off the bottom to have a greater tendency of attracting a walleye.
Now, what do we have down here? We're in about, what, 6 feet of water?
Well, I'd say right here we're probably 8.5 feet of water. This area that we're fishing in probably goes anywhere from 9 feet to 6 feet in a matter of 50 yards. And we try to find a nice weed bed and a drop like this to fish an area of this type.
This is a classic, inexpensive wooden tip-up. You set the flag on a small hook that moves when the fish pulls the line. The spring steel will release and the flag will fly. That's when you run back and haul in your fish, hopefully. But until the flag flies, you leave it set and let the minnow do all the work. Here's a polar tip-up. Same basic idea. The fish runs with the minnow, pulls the line, turns the spool, which rotates the shaft. And in this case, you can watch the shaft rotate to see how fast the fish is moving. And that trips the flag, like so. Now, when you set it, bend the spring and latch the shaft under the crosspiece. This is a polar tip-up, one that's becoming popular because it's a little more sophisticated than the wooden ones. But tip-ups don't have to be sophisticated. Jack Jury and his father made a great set of homemade tip-ups years ago using old casting reels on a stick, coat hanger wire, and a spring steel shaft for the flag. Now bend the flag down and hook a plastic ring to the coat hanger wire. A ring looped around your Dacron fishing line goes on that bend right there, and the tip-up is set. Now when the fish pulls the line, well, it pulls it down just enough to allow the top ring to slip off its tension setting, and when that happens, the flag goes up, wire trigger completely drops, and the fish is free to run. Once again, in slow motion, you can see the trip of the tip-up. On the ice from a distance, the flag pops up in an instant. The fluorescent orange spot waves, standing straight up if you didn't see a trip, and that's when the excitement begins. Now, right in the middle of the frame, next to the bucket, you see it, a flag is up. That means it's time to run.
And we do have a flag up. Hey, Roger, we got a flag. Oh, there it goes, there it goes.
Oh, get right in on that. We'll let this.
Yeah, right here. How long you let it run, Bob? This is your fish. This was your tip-up.
Let's let this one run.
Let it run a little bit. Oh. Well, what would you think? It's a big one?
I don't know. There's always that possibility. I would bet no, but
You think so? Raj thinks your line is hooked with his over there. You gonna lace it to him? Got him?
Yep.
Little one.
not too big.
Oh, there he is. Well, what do you think?
Not a keeper, but... Oh,
Another one?
oh.
Whoa, okay. Over here. What action?
Okay, watch the indicator. Yeah.
Want me to take this one? You hold
Go
the
ahead.
mic?
Go ahead.
You hold the
Go
mic.
ahead. Watch.
If this isn't a dud.
Oh, why don't you pick it? Oh, hold on, hold on. Oh, yeah. Okay, pick it up.
Right. Oh,
Got him?
yeah, not.
Oh, geez.
He took the hook, Bob.
He bit the
bit the hook. I
bit
bet.
the leader off.
Uh-oh. That's the way that goes. I got some more hooks in my pocket right here. Time to rehook.
Go back and get him.
Yeah.
Bitten clean through. Living proof that Jaws is alive and well in Michigan outdoors. The crowd was waiting on the ice Sunday afternoon for the presentation of prizes for TipUpTown's first weekend's fishing contest. Ron Reed was the MC, and here's a quick summary of the top winners. Largest catch of perch, Chad Alberts. Second largest perch, Doris Simmons. And with the largest individual perch, 13.5 inches, Gary Frisbee. Largest catch of bluegill went to Richard Austin. And Joan Powell's 12.5 ounce, 9.5 inch was the largest bluegill of the weekend. Ron Simons has the second place crappie. William Kittle caught the second largest stringer of specks at 17 pounds, but Mike Hall edged him out with 17 pounds, 11 ounces for 25. Bill Kittle also had the largest catch of rock bass. Harold Austin had the largest individual rock bass. And walleye, well, Ted Peck had the second largest catch, while Chorus Rizzard took first, 5 walleye weighing 19 pounds, 4 ounces. Chad Alberts had the third largest walleye. Jim Thomas took second with a 6.5 pounder. And Bill Bally holds the 8-pound, 5-ounce first place walleye. Bob Jarvis's 4-pound pike took third. Bill Smith's 5-pounder took second. And first place was Jim Brown with a 7.5-pound northern. And at 10.5 pounds for the stringer, should we do it? Ah, sure. Let's let the largest catch of northerns, young Matt Haig, hold the title as our Michigan Outdoors Tip-Up-Town Angler of the Week. Turkey season, the dark turkeys only. The white ones are domestic. Never heard of an albino turkey in the wild, but albino deer are another story. In fact, Ted Empens from Grand Rapids wrote to us and asked, while hunting last November, I spotted an albino deer. Is it legal to shoot one if a proper permit is used? What is the cause of such color?
Well, yeah, it is legal to shoot them. If you have a deer license during the regular deer season, you can sure shoot them.
And that lack of pigmentation in the hair is what causes the white coloration. These albinos are usually infertile, they don't reproduce, and they normally don't live very long. That's the scoop on albino deer.
Another deer question, too, from Bill Edwards of Pontiac. Fred, he says, I've heard that deer oink and baa during the rut like farm animals. Is this true?
Oh, you bet it's true, Bill. It's the bucks. Here's one that had its antlers removed. It was a very aggressive buck at the Rose Lake Wildlife Research Station. You can hear Glenn Dutterer doing an exact imitation of what a buck like this will sound like in the fall. See, that sound is getting that buck stirred up. Glenn is on his hands and knees. You can use that noise and the baaing noise, which is like a sheep, and deer are related to sheep, to actually attract bucks, oftentimes while hunting.
Yeah, I know a few guys that I hunt with it's worked for.
Absolutely. Give it a try. And now, for you anglers, here's a question in our outdoor quiz.
In 1651, a London needle manufacturer named Charles Kirby was regarded as the best in the business among sportsmen. What product did Kirby manufacture? Charles Kirby was foremost among the original hook makers because he improved methods of tempering and hardening fish hooks, the same basic methods that are used today. His Kirby fish hook pattern is still used all over the world.
Roger McCarville wanted to go ice fishing.
For the first time.
For the first time. So at Tip Up Town, we made a train. We hooked up a sled for Raj and towed the wheelchair behind it, just tied it on. It worked out great. How'd you like that sled, Raj?
The sled was great, but as you can see, we should have turned it around.
You had you facing the other way.
Right.
We got to get somebody to design a sled where the person who's riding doesn't get peppered with snow. But once we got out there, transferred you to the chair. Of course, you have some limited mobility.
Right, I have enough mobility to move around a little bit, but I still need the chair to get around, you know.
Someone who is a paraplegic, we could lift into the chair.
Could have
very
put him right
easily.
in there.
Now, driving on the snow with a wheelchair, what do you think?
It's rough. You have to have one designed for it. I didn't have one out there. We're going to have one the next time. They're working on them now.
With tandem wheels and so on.
Tandem
Otherwise,
wheels, snow wheels.
the best way is to pull you backwards.
Go with the leverage.
Now, we thought we'd try putting Raj out next to a tip-up. I mean, this is cold.
Oh, gosh.
But we thought with your snowmobile suit and so on, you could sit there,
Yeah.
reach over if a pike or a walleye grab the minnow, and you could yank it in.
Right. I could have, you know, it had no problem there, but after a while, it got cold.
How you doing, Raj, on you cold or what?
I'm ready for some heat.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're not kidding.
Yeah, well, we got the heat hauled in. There, Dave brings in the shanty that he keeps hooked up to his four-wheeler. He pops into it now and then to get warm with a heater in there. We thought, well, heck, if we can pull it right over the back, right next to the hole.
Yep. That was a beautiful sight, seeing that coming.
Yeah, that got you inside, and I believe you kind of liked it in there.
Oh, yeah, I had the heat, and I could relax and enjoy it.
All right. This is a lot warmer.
Does that feel better? Good.
Lot warmer, a lot better.
And the fish started biting.
They did. They did. We had some hits. We had some action on the tip-ups, of course, and you are waiting yet for your first walleye.
Right.
But even the problem was when we set you out there for 45 minutes by the tip-up to see how that would work, that had some repercussions.
Oh, yeah. My leg got cold, the plastic got cold, and I really had to get inside, get some heat. You can see here I'm trying to take it off because that was frozen.
What you did is we put your wheelchair outside of the shanty so you could turn around on that bucket and get next to that heater.
Yeah, the shanty wasn't quite big enough to turn my chair around, but the bucket was, and now I really got comfortable.
Now, that circulation is something that I think everybody, all ages, has to work on, but especially handicappers, people in chairs who can't move around as much. Little hot coffee. You were in charge of the kitchen.
I had the chef duties, and I think I did a pretty good job.
You want any, Bob?
Is this your own favorite
My own recipe. Huh?
Thanks.
Now, I tell you, you got rave reviews, Raj.
Well, if you get Kathy to say it's good.
It's good.
It was good, and the fishing, you caught your first fish through the ice.
My first walleye through the ice.
There it is. You wanted to keep it right away without measuring, Raj.
Right.
It looked big enough
It looked
to
big
you.
enough. It looked 15 inches to me.
No, it was 13 and a half inches. I handed it to you for a brief moment. You didn't seem to want to hang on to it.
Well, I tried, but, you know, they're
There it
faster
goes.
than I am.
There they go, back in the hole to grow up 1.5 inches so you can catch it and have your trophy walleye.
The next time out.
The next time out, we're gonna get a chair that has tandem wheels, get that improved. We're gonna get you into the shanty right off the bat. We're gonna get a sled, if we have to use a snowmobile sled that has where you can face the other way. I think we're gonna have a great time. You'll catch lots of fish.
I can't wait. I'm ready.
Raj, congratulations on that. Outdoors Forever takes to the ice, and we'll be doing a lot more of that in the future. We're going to be at the Central Michigan Sports Show, by the way, in Lansing, the weekend of February 13th, 14th. Outdoors Forever is having Thursday night.
We're going to have a show there.
We're going to have a show there. That's one of the events coming up on our outdoor calendar next week, but let's take a look at what's coming up right now.
10-pointer with a 20-inch spread, Iron County, second day of the season. Joanne, tell me about it.
He was looking for a female and he found one.
Oh, how about that? He sure did. The folks at Tip Up Town up here at Houghton Lake, we're going to try a recipe called Venison Stoup.
Different, not stew and not soup. Venison Stoup.
And it's with soup starters.
That's
so it's
right.
called Venison Stoup. We have it right here. Bob Garner's opening the lid. This is a combination of soup and stew. It smells really good.
Smells great.
Linda Braxton from Ann Arbor sent us this recipe, which is really a winner.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, let's talk about how we put it together while Bob
Okay.
scoops up some of that for the folks. What it involves is soup starter.
And stew your venison and bacon grease. You need 3 tablespoons of bacon grease. And it really does kind of give it a smoky flavor.
Now, hold it. You just only had about 2 ingredients there. Soup starter.
And venison.
Now, isn't soup starter kind of cheating on a
It
recipe?
is, but we get a lot of requests for a recipe like that. They say, why don't you use soup starter? So I thought, why not? It'd be a good recipe for Tip Up Town.
Well, Linda Braxton says it's a winner. I guess other people.
That's
you have
right.
to trim your venison. I had so many people up here this weekend say they had bad venison, and I said, did you trim it? And they said, no.
No, that's right. What's trimming? This is it. This is just exactly what you mean by trimming.
This is the fell, which is on many parts of venison, very thick, heavy connective tissue that tastes terrible.
You can't chew it. You can't grind it. It's just
But people,
not good.
Too many people cook it with the venison.
That's right.
You want to take that out and brown the venison.
Just brown the chunks, and it doesn't take very long. You don't want it to cook thoroughly because you're going to boil it afterwards. Just until it loses its color is all you want to do here. Now that looks good to me like that. I could eat
that's
those
very
chunks
tasty.
right there.
Then water, another one of the
8
magic
cups of
ingredients.
water because it's going to cook down. Okay, now your soup starter has everything you need in it. It's got a package of stock, and all it is basically is spices and some starch to thicken it with. And there, you can see it's got
Like
parsley in it.
Bouillon in that.
That's right, parsley and some salt. It's got quite a bit of salt in it. And there it goes. And it's got paprika, quite a bit of paprika.
And then there's some dried dehydrated vegetables.
Yes, carrots and celery and peas and pasta. There's a pasta. And it's got the red bell peppers. They're dehydrated.
And of course that flavor fully comes out.
Exactly.
Add
It's
that.
got tomato powder, which kind of gives it a different kind of color.
Put the lid on, and here we have it. Look at the folks eating Venison Stoup. What do you think, folks?
That's all right. I
You
like
mean
that.
it's all right?
It's good.
Yeah,
it's
good. Now, I really shouldn't pump them for the rave reviews. What do you think?
Good.
Tastes
Great,
pretty great out on the ice here. Now, Roger McCarville has almost finished his bowl. I think you're an up-and-coming Bob Garner.
Oh, it's fantastic.
That's what I thought.
Like Mother used to make.
Is that right?
Oh, God.
Venison Stoup. He ate it all, that's right. Oh, what about the TipUpTownQueen? What did you
Incredibly good.
You really like
It is really good. And I've never had venison before until now.
say? This very moment?
Yes.
Aren't you glad you came to Tip Up Town? Got elected queen in the whole world.
Yeah. First time for venison, first time for Tip Up Town.
Great. Well, that's the story here. I think we don't even need Bob Garner to talk about how good it is, do we?
Oh, hold it. I got a spoon right here. I can give you a quick analysis. Just a second here.
More salt, Bob.
It's wonderful.
Somehow I knew it. Well, that's Venison Stoup from Linda Braxton. We're here at Tip Up Town, USA, which is happening again this weekend. So if you can get up here, do it. But at least get outdoors this weekend. It's a great place to be. See you next week. All right.
Hey, try this venison stoup recipe. It really is as good as everyone said it was.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
Oh, get right in on that. We'll let this.
Yeah, right here. How long you let it run, Bob? This is your fish. This was your tip up.
Let's let this one run.
Let it run a little bit. Oh. Well, what would you think? It's a big one?
I don't know. There's always that possibility. I would bet no, but
You think so? Raj thinks your line is hooked with his over there. You gonna lace it to him? Got him?
Yep.
Little one.
Not too big.
Oh, there he is. Well, what do you think?
Not a keeper, but... Oh,
Another
whoop,
one?
whoop.
Whoa, okay. Over here. What action?
Okay, watch the indicator. Yeah.
Want me to take this one? You hold
Go
the
ahead.
mic?
Go ahead.
You hold the
Go
mic.
ahead. Watch.
If this isn't a dud.
Why don't you pick... Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah. Okay, pick it up.
Right. Oh,
Got him?
Yeah, not.
Oh, geez.
He took the hook, Bob.
He bit the
hook. I
bit
bet.
the leader off.
Uh-oh. That's the way that goes. I got some more hooks in my pocket right here. Time to rehook.
Go back and get him.
Yeah.
Bitten clean through. Living proof that Jaws is alive and well in Michigan outdoors.